G'day. You ever been to the doctor and it was pretty obvious what's wrong, the symptoms seem clear, you've got it worked out, you walk in there and she says, yes, there's that, but there's also this, and she gives you a diagnosis you really didn't want to hear. That's a little bit of the story in the next part of Luke chapter 5, which is where we're going next. If you've been to Sunday school, you know this story. It's a bunch of really good friends, and they have a mate who's a paraplegic. It's quite obvious what's wrong with him. And they want to get him alongside Jesus. Jesus could fix this. Anyway, Jesus is in somebody's place down by the lake at Capernaum, some nice beachside house. But it's chock-a-block. Every dog and his owner is in the front room and the front yard. They all want to be near Jesus. And right up close to him in the front few rows are all the religious folks. All the people who think they've got all the answers anyway. I don't know why they're there, unless they're there to critique Jesus, and they've kind of got him surrounded. Anyway, these guys turn up with their friend and they can't get in through the front door, but they won't give up. So they climb up on the roof and they start ripping the tiles off the roof and then getting in through the ceiling, you know. I can't imagine, but it must have been, I think, quite funny. Everybody's sitting there and suddenly there's bits of plaster falling out of the roof and there's 4 faces or however many faces looking over the top. And Jesus says, "What's up?" And they lower their friend down on a mat right there in front of him with his useless legs. And everybody's thinking, what's Jesus going to do with this? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? Jesus looks and he knows what's on their hearts, but he also knows what isn't obvious. And he looks at this young man and he says, "Man, your sin is forgiven." What? Your sin is forgiven? And you get the crowd goes nuts. What? Forgiveness? Sin? That's not in the script. That's not part of what we want to hear about. And who are you to offer that anyway? And I think the guys up in the roof are probably going, what about his legs? And he's probably lying there on the floor saying, how did I get dragged into this? And Jesus looks around and he knows what's in their hearts and he says, it is about sin and forgiveness. It's about being made truly well. And don't tell me what I can and cannot do. By the way, I do the other stuff as well. So, mate, your legs are fine. Get up, roll up your swag, you're out of here. And the guy goes, oh, they are too. And he jumps up and he heads out with much rejoicing. And I guess his friends got down off the roof. See, Jesus, we come to him with things that are, they are important. They do matter. That they are obvious. There are things that are wrong. But he looks right into where we're really paralyzed. And he says there's things that need to be fixed. And I can heal those things. That's what he's come for. It's about a God who loves us and brings grace and forgiveness for the sin that cripples us. And not just us as individuals, but it's everybody in that front room at Capernaum, and it's everybody, and it's the whole world. Jesus brings the forgiveness that we need. That's what heals us. We're going to talk about that grace and that forgiveness the next time we're together at Bells. That's the 9th of March. If you're in the Caloundra neighbourhood, pop in. We'd love to see you. If you'd like to know more, our website, all the W's, bells.org.au. But we'd like to see you face to face if we can.